Hey, you guys, welcome or welcome back to the Cher Effect. If you're new here, hello, I'm so happy to have you. This is where I dive into habits and routines that are making a difference for me, helping me live my strongest, most beautifully resilient life, not influencing you, just going over some things that for me have gotten my attention lately. And it takes a lot to get my attention lately. There are three main things that I am focusing on in skincare now after going through a myriad of different self-experimentations. That is this: tretinoin at night, vitamin C in the morning, on top of that SPF. If we're not protecting our skin from the number one thing that ages our skin, which is UV damage, then all of these don't really count for much and we're kind of wasting our money. But with those three foundational things in place, yes, there's more I like to do. I'm going to share these with you guys. If that sounds good, go ahead, grab something to drink, maybe a snack, put me on in the background, if you will, and let's get into these. And speaking of vitamin C, if you guys have not discovered this little hidden gem, this is the Numbuzin number 5. There's a vitamin C, but there's also tranexamic acid. This is such a gorgeously formulated antioxidant slash vitamin C serum we can use every day. Price point is amazing. I'll link it below. I think I got this one on iHerb. This coupled with SPF, and you are protecting your skin. Also, maybe trying not to be in the sun too much, but protecting your skin from the UV damage. And since I do use tretinoin every night, between that and my SPF, my facial skin especially, well, actually face, neck, and deck just are pale, kind of washed out. And I find that I need a little bit, with my brown eyes, I need a little bit of that olive tone kind of infused back into my skin to give me some sort of life to my skin. At least that's my preference. It's why we used to tan when we were teenagers, right? Well, finding a way to do it in a healthy way without getting suntan, because any suntan is basically sun damage. So we're not doing that anymore. I discovered the Mimosa Lane. Maybe you've seen this. I took a chance. I've ordered it several times since. This is a facial serum, but more than that, with a little bit of self-tanner, and I do like the tone of this. It does give just a little bit of an olive sort of foundation to my skin that I really love, but the serum itself is beautifully formulated. And this has a really nice peptide profile in it. So in addition to giving me just a little bit of color, just a little glow, I'm also getting my peptide serum for the day. So it can kind of combine two together. And it's a refill method, so I can order the internal tube in refills and save a little money that way. And I'm always looking for an affordable way to use an exfoliating product all over my body. I can't really afford to use my facial products for that. The Inkey List PHA exfoliating and hydrating body water cream. What a great formula. Of course, it's a really good price point. I don't know if this was like about $15. I went through this tube. It's like a nice exfoliating toner step for the body to help with that hyperpigmentation, to help those sunspots. Is helping with some gentle exfoliation. It doesn't feel heavy and suffocating. And while I'm on the Inkey List, I don't like every single one of their products. However, if you are just overwhelmed with the idea of peptides and what does this mean, and do I have to spend $100 for a peptide serum, you can always go to this one. I think it's about 15 to 17, and this is the Inkey List Collagen Peptide Serum. The simplest but most lovely little peptide serum. I love the way it just seeps right into the skin. I use it around the eyes always. I believe this has the Matrixyl 3000, sort of the gold standard for peptide formulation. I use it down the neck, use it on the deck. It's really a beautiful, light little peptide serum that I go to again. If you guys have heard of the brand or seen the brand, the Manicurist, this is their cuticle cream. The best description I have heard of this is it's like a lip balm for the cuticles, and it is so beautiful. They were recently out of this for a long time. I waited, waited, and finally got it back in. I love this. It has a little spa feel scent to it. It is so soft. It blends right into the cuticles because I wash my hands 50 million times a day. And this is just the best little cuticle treatment I've ever come across. It's like skincare for your nails. So some of us have staved off using the prostaglandin-based eyelash serums. Now, I did for a long time, and then I realized I really wasn't one of those people that had bad side effects. So I do use like a Microneedling lattice to help my lash growth. I don't use Botox. I don't use fillers. I haven't had surgeries. I really cleave to having some nice lashes to open up my eye. But I came across the Sweed formula. Now, this is a peptide-based, non-prostaglandin-based eyelash serum formula. I paid for all of my products, but I decided to give it a chance and see if maybe I can interfuse this with my Bioprost and maybe not have to use it as often. It actually has made a difference. And the biggest difference is this: it helps the thickness. Lattice, if you've ever used it or something like that, often will give you a longer lash and you'll hold on to lashes longer, but not so much with the thickness. And I think that the peptide profile here is actually helping thicken up the lashes. So the combination of the two has been great. This is gentle, at least for me, and I am sure that I'm going to order this again. It's a good one. Now, PDRN, you've probably heard of it. It's all buzzworthy, and that is basically a polynucleotide made from salmon DNA. Supposedly, salmon DNA is supposed to be close to ours. I don't really know if PDRN is really that effective of a molecule or component, but this is a beautiful formula. PDRN is being used a lot in Korean skincare. When Korean skincare talks, I generally listen. I have for a very long time now, and it hasn't steered me wrong. In addition to that, of course, a lot of the formulas are very affordable. I was looking for an eye cream, so I decided to pick this one up. It's quite fun because you can squeeze out a little bit of product. And then the applicator tip is a vibrating tip, and it's just a nice little relaxing routine. At the end of the day, I can just sit and watch Netflix and do like a little massage under the eye, on the eyelid too. This is a very, very gentle formula. I go ahead and also use it on my neck, around the lip lines. It's a beautiful little eye cream with a cute little vibrating applicator, reasonable, the extreme cream. I know this has been around for I don't know how long, but this really does live up to the hype. I'm quite picky with moisturizers and textures, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, the formula is wonderful. Ceramides, peptides, it's got everything in there that we would want. I decided to go ahead and I got the smaller. This is like a 1/2 ounce, but this comes in a 1 or I think it might be 1.7 ounce refillable tube. The price point is not the cheapest, but this is just so gorgeous. It just lays down that protective barrier. I love it under my tinted SPF, and I've noticed my skin moisture barrier improved with the use of this. If you have a good formula with ceramides, that's what it does. It boosts that skin moisture barrier, which we want. That's protecting the skin. It's also giving that radiance and giving that youthful, plumpy look that we want. I'm actually in the business of narrowing my product usage instead of actually expanding and trying everything, but some interesting finds, some I think that will stay in the routine. I hope that's helpful in your thoughts about whether a product is worth it or not for you. And yeah, at the end of the day, it really comes down to those 3 foundational products, the SPF, vitamin C, and tretinoin at night, and then everything else is kind of fun and enjoyable. But I'm trying to come from a more minimalistic standpoint at this point. Wanted to share those with you guys though. If you have any thoughts or comments, meet you down there, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next one. Love you.